friends. This is Alyssa at Stories and Spoilers, the podcast. I am on a little staycation, but I did get a few books with me while I'm here. So I want to share them with you. I hope that you have a cozy drink and that you are comfortable because we're going to be diving into three books that I recently got that I cannot wait to read. One is an arc, one is a book from a book of the month, and the other one is a book I got from a bookshop here where I am currently on vacation with my family. So I am so excited. I am in a beautiful, lush, gardenery space. There are flowers behind me. I feel so happy, so relaxed. So I just had to make a little post for y'all. So here we go. Okay, first book that I want to mention, I was super excited to read, is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. This is sapphic. It has vampires. It has 3 points of view, and it is a pretty chunky boy, but it's going to be so amazing to read. What really pulled me into wanting to read this book specifically is that it follows 3 different women who encounter a mysterious woman in their lives through 3 different decades. I thought that was fascinating. I am all here for the sapphic books coming out. I really enjoy a book that will catch my attention, that will keep me engaged. And most of all, I really want to read beautiful writing. I want to read books that have amazing pacing. And I heard that this audiobook has the voice actor who played Caitlin in, oh my gosh, that show on Netflix that I absolutely adored, Arcane. So I'm super excited to listen to the audiobook as well. But for now, I wanted to read a physical copy. Fun fact, I actually found a signed copy of this book in the local bookstore from where I am. It's a little pricey, so we're just going to have to fall in love with this book of the month. Plus, I only got it for like $12, so we love a good deal. Let me read to you the inside of this book so you can get a little taste for what it is about. This is a story about hunger. In 1532, Santo Domingo de Alcázar, I am so sorry if I pronounce any of this wrong, a young girl grows up wild and wily. Her beauty is only outmatched by her dreams of escape. But Maria knows she can only ever be a prize or a pawn in the games played by men. When an alluring stranger offers an alternate path, Maria makes a desperate choice. She vows to have no regrets. This is a story about love. In 1827, London, a young woman lives an idyllic but cloistered life on her family's estate until a moment of forbidden intimacy sees her shipped off to London. Charlotte's tender heart and seemingly impossible wishes are swept away by an invitation from a beautiful widow, but the price of freedom is higher than she could have ever imagined. This is a story about rage. In 2019, Boston, college was supposed to be her chance to be someone new. That's why Alice moved halfway across the world, leaving her old life behind. But after an out-of-character one-night stand leaves her questioning her past, her present, and her future, Alice throws herself into a hunt for answers and revenge. This is a story about life, how it ends and how it starts. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil is currently out. I cannot wait for you all to read this book. Let me know if you want me to do a non-spoiler or a full spoiler talk about this book when it comes out. I would love to, and I'm currently reading it. I read it a little bit on my flight here, and it was super good. Okay, next book. This is a book that I won in a giveaway. This is an arc. It has not come out until September 23rd of this year. And this is Spit Back the Bones by Teagan, Olivia King. I cannot wait to read this book. It is giving gothic. It's got a little bit of romance. For folks who loved Midnight Mass on Netflix, Haunting of Hill House, this book is definitely for you. It definitely fits the vibes of Summereen, just because it definitely feels like a book you would read during autumn, but it is perfect for the summertime because it's set in a very sticky and hot, humid area. So let's dive a little bit into this arc. Also, fun fact, listeners, I will be having the author Teagan on the podcast very soon to talk about her inspiration for this book and why she decided to pour her own personal grief into this story about ghosts, a haunted bog, and kind of looking at all the skeletons in your closet. So let's just discuss a little bit of the description on the back. For fans of Midnight Mass comes a haunting new horror romance. Something dreadful is festering in the old Thomas Bog. For years, it's done what has been taught to do. It swallows, but it's done following orders. It's been 3 years since Mila Thomas's brother Jed went missing and his case went cold. Since then, Mila has fled town, ran from the voices of the dead that reach out from the depths of the old family bog, afraid she would hear her brothers among them. When her younger sister Agatha calls her back home to celebrate her graduation, Mila can't help but return to her old haunts. When she arrives, Mila comes face to face with the town reverend, who informs her that Agatha is now missing. Finding her mother and local police utterly useless, Mila opens herself up to the voices of the bog in the hopes that they can tell her where her sister is. but something else lurks beneath the bog's waters, something that would soon haunt her than help her. As more bodies turn up on the sandy shores, Mila must overcome her complicated history with the Reverend's estranged son, the boy she never quite got over, to unearth the fate of the town's missing members and the family's secrets that may be behind everything. Spit Back the Bones comes out September of this year. I hope you all definitely read it, and I will be having the author interview out very soon. All right, the last book I got while I was here on my little vacation is a book that my girlfriend actually picked for me. I had 3 books in this beautiful bookstore, and I will have it posted on social media on Instagram. But I was torn between 3 books, and I didn't know which one to get. We had a set budget. I'm like, what are we going to do? And she picked this one because I described it as time-bending romance, a little bit of history, and a love letter that got lost or like it got misplaced over time. And she was like, that's the one. So the book that I chose was Zeal by Morgan Jerkins. I cannot wait to read this book. Honestly, the cover is already gorgeous. All these covers are beautiful, but this book in particular, I have seen floating around social media. I've had my eye on it for quite a while. This is, I believe it has 2 timelines. It is a very passionate and almost tragic romance. It has historical fiction elements for sure. And for anyone who loves books that involve a letter that got lost or like love that was always destined to be together that was forbidden and now like something got in the way, this book is for you. So let me dive a little bit into the description of it. The New York Times bestselling author of This Will Be My Undoing and Call Baby returns with an epic, multi-generational novel that illuminates the legacy of slavery and the power of a romantic love. Harlem, 2019. Ardella and Oliver are hosting their engagement party. As the guests get ready to leave, he hands her a love letter on a yellowing, crumbling piece of paper. Natchez, 1865. Discharged from the Union Army as a free man after the world's end, Harrison returns to Mississippi to reunite with the woman he loves, Torza. Upon his arrival to Freeman's Bureau, though, he catches the eye of a woman working out there who's determined to thwart his efforts to find his beloved. After tragedy strikes, Harrison resigns himself to a life with her. Meanwhile, in Louisiana, the newly free Tarza is teaching at a free man's school and discovers the advertisement in a local paper looking for her. Though she knows Harrison must have placed it, and she does long to find him. The risks of fleeing are too great. Terza chooses the life of seeming security right in front of her. Spanning more than 150 years, Morgan Jerkins' extraordinary novel intertwines the stories of these star-crossed lovers and their descendants. As Terza's family moves across the country during the Great Migration, they challenge authority with devastating consequences. What the legacy of heartbreak and loss continues on in the lives of Harrison's progeny. When Ardella meets Oliver, she finds that his family's history is full of secrets and omissions as her own. Could their connection be a cosmic reconciliation, satisfying the unfulfilled desires of their ancestors, or will the weight of the past, present, and future tear them apart? Sweeping, textured, and researched, Zeal is both a story of how one generation's choices reverberate over the years with an indelible portrait of an endearing love. I cannot wait to read Zeal. I will definitely be discussing it on the podcast. I also got a little bookmark of a lighthouse. This is very important and special in my own relationship, so of course we just had to get it. Also, the bookshop that I got Zeal at was Elm Street Books. I'm so grateful for this bookstore. It was so cozy. They were very, very helpful. This is not an ad. I just really enjoyed how kind they were. So the 3 books that I have on here are Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil for a little bit of paranormal romance and sapphic vibes. We have Spit Back the Bones, a little bit of haunting, a little bit of darkness. And then we have Zeal, which is just full of passion and history and possibly faded love and just finding your way and generational ripples. So those are the 3 books that I really wanted to share with y'all that I was like, oh, I have these on vacation. They look amazing, and I cannot wait to have them on the podcast. Please like this on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, leave a little comment, follow me on Spotify on the podcast.